Hello and welcome to this mid-morning mezcal taste challenge. I have two 40% alcohol joven, young, unaged mezcals. This is 400 bunny rabbits, 400 Conejos Espadin mezcal. It's from Tlacolula, Oaxaca. Stone pulled by a horse. This is how they crush the piñas. They ferment it in a wooden tub. They use a copper pot still to distill it. They bake the piñas in a volcanic earth pit. So this is from Crista La Santa, distillery of Mexico, and it is out there on the market via Proximo Spirits, which is Jose Cuervo's company. Proximo Spirits is Jose Cuervo's liquor company, where they own other brands besides Cuervo tequila. Do they outright own Crista La Santa? I can't figure that out because they're not saying that on the trademark information. They're just saying that Crista La Santa owns this brand. So I don't know the level of ownership. They may not own it. They just may control it. All right. And on the back it says 400 rad. Something to do with Aztec mythology. There's the design, like the mosaic design on the bottle. I found this at Mathern's for $26.99. They had the lowest price, $26.99. Everybody else got it for $28 or higher. So Mathern's had a case. They sold the case and they never ordered it again. I never saw it again. Ugh. Get tired opening that. Wooden cap, neoprene stopper. DuPont makes the spongy synthetic rubber neoprene that they use at the bottom of shoe soles these days. This is pretty common. Like, I'll see a lot of stores selling it. Not in my town, because my town does not deal with mezcal. If you see a mezcal in this parish, we don't have counties in Louisiana. We have parishes. Same thing as a county, but we have parishes. But it'll be a rarity. You see, you just don't see mezcal around here. See a lot of Bud Light. All right. Here is Ojo de Tigre Artisanal Espadin Tobala agaves. They use two different varieties of agave, Espadin and Tobala. They roast it in a stone pit. They distill it in a copper pot still. They don't age it. Neither one of these are aged. They're young. Joven means young. Okay. Flip cap, so you could reuse the bottle if you're a home brewer. That would be convenient. So, perfect pour. Has the Ojo de Tigre, the tiger's eye, been standing out, differentiating itself from the competitors? Honestly, it hasn't really. It's a fine product, and I would recommend buying it. I can't say it's bad. It's at least an A. It's an A. The worst you could say, maybe A minus, but I wouldn't go that low. But it's just that these mezcals, they're so similar one to another, and I've gotten it right 5 times, but I've gotten it wrong twice. So I've got 5 wins and 2 losses. So it's not like you're taking a chance when you do a blind taste test. I'll put it to you like that. You're not gonna get 100%. I don't think there's anybody in the world gonna do a bunch of mezcals standard mezcals and get it right 100% of the time. They're just too similar. There's not a whole lot. There are some differentiations, but there's not a whole lot of differentiations. So it makes it problematic. Cold day outside. I did my walking. It's damp. You see that the dampness is coming in, the dampness, which makes it much worse. I mean, if it's like 29 degrees and dry, low humidity, very low humidity, it doesn't feel cold. Unless it's windy, and then it will. But if it's like 48 degrees and damp, oh, it'll feel much worse than the 29 and dry. That's just my perception. And I see those clouds, and I say, oh boy, it just chills you unmercifully. You say Louisiana's warm. Yeah, well, it's too cold for me. All right, but let's. I keep saying that for year after year, right? I never stop saying it. I never will. I just can't stand it. All right, here's the 400 rabbits. Like I said, on the back it says 400 rabbits. Award-winning mezcal produced from 100% agave, Espadin agave, using traditional methods. Okay? It's vegan, if you need to know that. It's gluten-free, if you need to know that. There's no genetically modified ingredients, if you need to know that. Cocktail, of course. That's what they always push. Product details. Carefully selected and harvested. Well, yeah, you ever notice any liquor, beer, or wine product you look up on the internet, it's always the finest ingredient. So apparently no beer, wine, or liquor companies use anything but the finest ingredients. So it's pretty obvious that the only ingredients that exist are the finest. The flavor, soft hints that are subtly combined with sweet notes of cooked agave. Notice they don't say smoke. Now, it's strange that they put the aroma back in. Usually they put that first. Campfire and ash. Oh, campfire and ash. Accompanied by faint ripe herbal notes. Finish a pleasant and smoky finish. It's won a lot of medals. Gold and gold at the Global Spirits Masters 2024. Gold for these products. So it's an award-winning product. Now, like I said, I don't know how deep the ownership of Crista Spirits, meaning Beckel family, Jose Cuervo. Is it 100% owned? Doesn't appear that way. And in it, obviously. And then they go into the history, you know, oh, we had this vision. We wanted to make a great mezcal. Well, obviously, a lot of people had this same vision. And you can read all that when you get a chance. Here's Ojo de Tigre. Won awards, Global World Spirits Competition 2022. Well, what happened in 23 and 24? Well, y'all gave up. So this goes back to 2018. Apparently, according to the website, they only make the joven. But according to the internet, when I watch videos on YouTube, they had somebody doing an añejo version or a replica. So they may now, or at least they used to have aged versions. But according to right now, this is all they make. And they're claiming that they're an independent company. Somebody said, no, they're owned by Pernod-Ricard, but I couldn't find it listed on Pernod-Ricard's website. But then, of course, a lot of companies don't list everything they own. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything. All right. Oh, man. I think I've got it well mixed. I've been doing this with the just for a good while now. Man, I keep saying man, but I mean man or woman. Guys and gals, I hope I get it right because I would like to jump up to 6-2, which is not that good of a score, 3-1 ratio. Oh boy. Well, there's 75% though, and these can be tough. All right. I bet the New Orleans Saints wish they'd have had a 75% win ratio this year. 3-1 win ratio, but unfortunately, they did not even win as many games as they lost. Not even close. 5 wins, 12 losses. Oh, that is just too bad. But that's the way it goes in the National Socialist Football League. There is honestly a little smoke action going on here, but let's emphasize the word little, a little smoke action, a minimal amount. If you think this is a smoky mezcal, forget that thought. Repudiate that thought because it is not. Although it has some, ephemeral smoky qualities, but not really. All right, let's go over here. Over here. It's the same type of situation. There might be some smoke here, but it's probably even less of a chance. So it's like maybe smoke and probably not smoke, but it's within the realm of possibility, but not really that likely. All right, taste time. Cheers. Here we go in wet January. Okay. Okie doke. Well, there's definitely a smokiness, which I'm shocked about. Is there a vegetative, that bell pepper, agave nectar quality? There is that quality, but it seems like it's taken a second position to the smoke, which I had never expected to see going into this today. Well, you just never know. Medium bodied, mostly dry finish. Okay, but savory. It's savory. You mean umami. Yeah. What they call that. I like it. I really love it, actually. I wish I could guarantee I knew which one it was, but I do love it. Now, $26.99, $28.99, $2. I guess I'll save the $2 and get the cheaper one, but let's see anyway as we try to discount the price point or not consider it, if one could really truly do that, but we'll pretend that we can or hope that we can. Or strive to do it. Well, they do not taste alike. This one is much more fermented, vegetable material oriented. What about smoke? Not really any smoke. Just well, what I said, a fermented and then distilled vegetable type of product, namely agave. I wonder if they make any liquor out of beets. I don't know how popular that would be. Beet liquor. Huh. Who knows? It might take over the industry. Yeah, this one's clearly smokier and ashy. And I remember reading earlier, you saw in the video, I was showing the 400 Conejos, 400 rabbits. It says right there, look, 400 rabbits. I recall that having they were saying it smelled ashy, like cigarette or cigar ashes or something like that, or charcoal ashes in a conical stone oven. but but as a comic, in all seriousness, I think it is the 400 Conejos. This is the 400 Conejos. Is it a better value? Well, it's $2 cheaper, $3 now. Well, because it might have gone up. It might have gone up. But when I bought it, it was $26.99, and when I bought that, it was $28.99. So I can only go by what I paid. So the clear and present winner is the 400 Conejos. I got it. I got it. I could be boasting and say I knew I was going to get it, but it was more of a case of I was hoping I would get it. So that puts me at 6 wins, 2 losses. Nothing to brag about. Common sense will tell you, but nothing to be ashamed of. Because, like I said, when you're dealing with products that are so very similar, it can get scary. Now, I've got the El Silencio coming up. I think that was really smoky. So isn't that what they say were really smoky? But I have to go back and recheck the website. But I paid, $30 something. But then Mathern's goes and sells it for $12. Couldn't get over that one. I paid 30 something. Here they go selling it for 12 on some deep discount. I said, I'm saying this to myself, how can you sell a full size bottle of mezcal for $12? And they had about 9 bottles and they were gone in about 9 minutes. And my friend David bought one. He was like, oh yeah, you got to buy that. I said, I already have a bottle. I paid full price. He's like, I bought that quick. I said, well, obviously I would have done the same if I had never had it. And I was tempted to buy a second bottle. Just because you can't believe it'd be so cheap. Like, you just can't believe it. But there it was. True story. We bought handles of Bacardi 12-year handles, the big Bacardi 12, not Bacardi. What are we saying? It was owned by Bacardi. Oh man, Dewar's 12-year, the Ancestor, which I think has been discontinued and replaced with a new 12-year-old version, which I've not tried. Maybe that's why they had the Ancestor so cheap, because they knew that it was what the hammer was coming down on it. But that didn't concern us. When they had the huge, a handle of whiskey is big. If you drink that fast, yeah, you might want to think about your drinking patterns or habits. But I still have most of the bottle. Huge bottle, 1,750 milliliters. And I remember my jaw dropped. I was absolutely stunned to see that for $14.99. I was like, $14.99? I couldn't believe it. I said, I know this is no $14.99. So I went and checked the price on the internet. It was like $60. So I was like, oh, I'm buying that. And then my friend David immediately drove from Jefferson Parish and bought his bottle. He's like, let's buy the third bottle and split the cost. I said, well, theoretically, that's a good idea. But I said, let somebody else buy it. And which was what happened. So, but can you get great deals in the liquor world? Well, in Louisiana, yes. I don't know about other states. It's 9:30 p.m. here, India, says Herbie. Oh, man, it's funny how y'all are so far ahead of us. Craft Beer Tastic says, I hate when I overpay for things. Makes me mad. I get mad like that about once a week. About once a week, I overpay for things and I get angry, but that's the way it goes, I guess. All right. So, yeah. The clear winner is 400 Conejos. I think it has a better flavor, it has a more exciting flavor, and it has that smokiness and that savoriness that I was discussing. It's just like when you sip it, you're like, oh, it's got so much depth to it. And that's what savoriness is. It's like it's got a depth to it. It's not just like the flavor. It's like the flavor and then all underneath. It's can't get over it. Um, Not to disparage Ojo de Tigre because it's a mighty fine mezcal, and I can't really think of anything negative to say about it. But I do have to go. Hold on a second. I don't know. There's something going on with that four wheeler going down that and going on the railroad track way back by the swamp. I think something's going on. They'll come down there on the street at 1 in the morning, midnight 1. Then they'll come back at 3, 2, 5. Usually it's about 3 hours. So if they go to 1, they come back at 4. To go there at midnight, come back at 3. I'm saying, why would you be on a four wheeler, getting on the Kansas City Southern Railroad, going west on the gravel, and you're out there all night? What are you growing? Potatoes? You're not going to go in the middle of the night to grow potatoes. I don't know. I think something's up. Anyway, maybe I'm a suspicious person. Maybe I should be suspicious. I'm probably right. But anyway, I'm going to have to look into that because that ain't no joyride. It's got sweetness. It's not overly sweet by any means, but it's very vegetable nectar, like that agave nectar type of flavor. I like it, and I would recommend it, and my score is very high. But personal preference, I am much more interested in the smoky. It's like a smoked meat, but in this case, smoked vegetable. I just prefer, that's a personal preference. Okay. I'm not going to pretend like I don't have a personal preference. I do. And I would choose it. Now, you might be on the flip side, say, oh no, smoke turns my stomach. I got to have just a vegetable. And that's fair because people have personal preferences. And I would say go to the Ojo de Tigre. And it's a wonderful product. It's only 30, no, Total Wine at $29.99. It's a wonderful product. But in my case, I'm going to go with that smoky every time. That's me. Okay. There's no winner or loser, says Herbie. You're right. There is no winner or loser. This is even. There's a personal preference winner, but that's not really a true. It's not a true reflection of the score because they're both well made. They're both quality products. So I would say it's balanced. Either way you go, you're getting a good deal. And in my case, I paid $26.99 versus $28.99. I saved $2. It's a better product. Okay. In my personal preference issue. Craft Beer Tastic says, I've determined I never really win. I get a good buy on one thing and then pay too much for another. The retail industry seems to always win. It's kind of like going to a casino every weekend. You'll win sometimes. Say, I won. Hey, y'all, I won $1,400. It's like, oh, wow. Now, let's go back and look at all your interactions with that casino since, let's say, January 1st, 2022, after the scamdemic was dying out. Let's say you went to that casino every weekend. Did you ever skip a weekend? Oh, no, I was even sick one weekend and I went. I was feeling bad, but I went. Okay. Let's go to do you go during the week? No, only on weekends, Saturday night. Sometimes I go Sunday night, but only weekend. All right. Friday, Saturday. All right. Let's track that. And you won 18 times. Yeah. Yeah, but that's 3 years. 3 times 12 is 36. So you won half the time? That's astounding. You know, it's amazing because most people would be lucky if they win a quarter of the time. So cheers to you. You won $2,700 at that casino this year, and you only put in well, you actually put in $2,700. But you got entertainment. You know, if you look at it as entertainment, fine. You paid for gas and you bought food, obviously overpriced. But and you did all that. Okay, so you went down to the Mississippi River, went to Caesar's Casino, and you won $2,700, and you only lost $2,700. But then you did. So, all right. Yeah, I'm not gonna say you lost anything, because you could have gone to movies or music concerts and probably would have come out the same. All right. But now, if you're in your mind thinking you're gonna make bank, you say, "Oh, I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna make money." Yeah, you pretty much falling for it. Like Craft Beer Tastic says, the retail industry seems to always win. Yeah, the house always wins. So cheers. The house always wins. Like Remo said, what's the point of running a skim if I'm being skimmed? Right? Anyway, y'all take care, and catch y'all later. And we got some more, maybe 3, possibly 4 more mezcal taste challenges coming. And well, I think it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be really tough, because this one was smoky, but the other ones, oh man, I have to research El Silencio. I can't remember. I just remember that brown bottle. I think it's like smoky a little bit. That might help me out. I might get another W on that. And I've got a few others, the Jicaru and the Luminar, but it'll be tough. It will be tough. So y'all take care. And then we're going to go into rye whiskey. Now I'm like chomping at the bit. And I'm really enjoying the mezcal, and I love it. And I love the mezcal challenges. I love trying the mezcals. It's wonderful. It's great. Nothing negative against it whatsoever. But I've got rye whiskey coming up next. And, that's my main frame. I got rye whiskey coming. Oh, but this is not from North America. Oh, no, this is from another country. It's not from Canada or the United States, but it's rye whiskey. You won't believe it. Some of y'all may have seen this, and it's causing a lot of controversy in the liquor world for the last 4 years. But I'm so pleased with it, especially the price, which you'll think I'm lying, but I'm not lying. But I think this rye whiskey is going to battle. It's going to go very hard against the American and Canadian rye whiskeys that I've got in my collection. I can't say it's going to win, but it's going to compete. It's going to be a true battle. And I can't wait. I can't wait. And then, of course, we go to bourbon after that. Bourbon. I've got a bourbon that most likely you'll never see in a store, because I don't think they make it anymore, but they did at one time. I found an old bottle, and when I tell you the price, it'll be another thing. You say, you're lying. You're lying. I'm not lying. Thank you, Walmart. Keep doing those closeouts. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, so cheers to 400 bunny rabbits, because you are the winner. You have such a wonderful smoky character. I just can't get enough of it. But the bottle shows that I have gotten enough, because I still have about 35-40% left. Yeah, 35% left. Yeah, should last 5-6 years. At least 5 years. All right, y'all take care now. Bye-bye.